Hello everybody, and we're back. My name is Rick. Still programming this Wordle game, but we're pretty near the end. We're working on the dictionary part of it, and I have here the design regarding the words that we need. We need a dictionary. We're making that. We've made a small file in our project directory. Valid Wordle words. These are 5-letter words. You can see there's only 14 words in our dictionary. We gotta make that a little longer. And yeah, so this is how we're going to make it a little longer. We're just gonna download some files and make it work. But what we have to do is complete the actual function and start calling that function. And one of the things that I was thinking about with this part is when we're in main and we call Wordle words, this we see that it does not do anything. It's empty. The initializer is empty, so what we might consider is that when we initialize this, we could basically put the work that is done in load up here in init. But what that introduces is maybe the vague possibility that someone might do this, wordleWords 2, and they might try to load the dictionary twice, and we don't want that. And in other programming languages, if you were working in a large group, you would be wary of making a class like this and worrying that, oh, I hope nobody calls this thing more than once. So you would make a class known as a Singleton, which essentially when you create it, it's only created once. We're not going to go through that trouble. But I did think about it as maybe we could implement it. But I think because I saw something here, this one, reference counting. Just want to quickly look at this. So here we have a simple class, and there's yeah, so I'm reading this, and this is what programming is. Reading the documentation, but I don't see here the concern that I have. And in the end, my concern is reduced simply because the person who is going to make this second call to the database is me. And we know that, I know that you're only supposed to call this once, but it's just something that is something to keep in mind, and maybe I'll look into this at some future time. But so right now we have here this wordleWords. We're going to move this getCorrectWord and put it into the wordleWords class. So to do that, let me make sure I can do this. I've yanked it. Let's see if this works. Yeah, that did work. I did, using the Vim mode, I selected this thing by doing, well, I don't even know how to, Shift V, and then I do J to go down 3, and then I press Y to do yank. And now that it's yanked, here's what I did here, yank. Now that it's yanked, I can paste it. Yanking is the same as copying, and I can paste it with a P. And anyway, that's a Vim thing, but again, I'm excited that there's Vim mode. And then to tab it over using the indentation, I press tab, or I'm not tab, I press the greater than sign. So here, I'm going to say get random correct word. And I'm still going to respect this if this is here. So, yeah. Now what I have to do is make sure that if this is not set, then don't worry. But let's first fix it in main, because we did just change this. Get correct word. I'm going to delete this, and then get correct word. And here I'm going to say wordleWords. It has no member function. Yeah, but it does. Get random correct word. Oh. Yeah. Now, we'll run this to be sure that this works like what we expected. I want to say puzzle word. Pizza. That would be a tricky Wordle word. I'm trying to think of what the word was today. Yeah, it was polar. Polar. Oh, I gotta also get rid of this printing of the words here, but I'm gonna put craze. That's not it. But Z and A are in it. I'm gonna guess Azure. That's not good. I'm gonna guess pizza. Yeah. So, puzzle word works, but the thing is, if you want to return it, if it's set. So, I think to do that, let me hover over environment. I think it's this. Quick help. String. I'm just going to open this in the developer. environment, it's just the same thing. What I wanted to maybe, well, let's let Xcode tell me what I'm doing wrong. What I'm trying to express here is to do something like this. If it says, cannot convert value of string to expected, but I'm going to get rid of this. If now it's supposed to say, optional type. It's string question. It cannot be used as a Boolean. It doesn't give me any chances for help, but if I look at this message, oh wait, with process info is not equal to nil. I'll take that. Yeah, if process info is not equal to nil, that's exactly what I want. And that's, I don't need the AI. I just need my developer tool to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of me. So I will then say return. I'm going to do this one. Force-unwrap. Coalesce. I'm not going to provide an optional. I'm already checking. I'm going to say fix. Did I not do that with the exclamation point here? Oh, right. So now we have here a missing return. So else. So you see what I'm trying to do here. I'm going about it slowly. I'm saying if the environment variable is set, use that. Otherwise, let's pick a random word from what. Now here, I will, I should have committed that previous change. So let's do this. I've made this change. Show you something in Git that I was doing this at work today, and it's called Git stash. I'm making a change, but I want to go back to when the program worked up here before I made these changes, so I can restore this file and remember this code. But one thing that I can do is just press git stash and it'll save the contents to what it was prior. And wow, now I can do git stash list and I can see these changes. I can also do git stash apply and it will put it in, but the stash will also remain. Oh, this frustrated me today too. When you type git stash, it stashes it. I don't know if other git commands that surprise me that way, and it always angers me because I gotta apply it to, or pop it. I'll show you what I mean. Git stash pop. So git stash list. So there's some changes here, but what I'm going to do is basically do the previous change that we had. main is correct because I popped that in. And I'm going to do a quick check. I get angry a lot programming. It's something I gotta work on. It's not anybody's fault but my own. And this is just a computer repeating back what I tell it, and I just gotta be better. That's all I gotta do is just try to be better. Baton? No. Is it aroma? I got it in 2 guesses. But if I run it with puzzle word equal, that's a good word. If I put an aroma, that's not the word, but A is in there. Equal. 2 guesses. So that's what I look like playing Wordle. So what I'll do is commit this change. So I've moved this to the wordleWord class, and yeah, and I'm gonna put that correct word in there. Yeah, so I made this. So we're gonna put this into sometimes when I'm just repeating what the code is. The code is self-evident, and when I can't think of anything new to add, I'll just repeat what the code is doing, which is a little repetitive or redundant, but it should be enough just to have that first line. But I did it. Now that is changed that I had before with get stash pop. Yeah. Now, oh boy, I didn't expect this. I think I didn't expect this. Basically, you could see that when I did the stash, it couldn't merge the change for me. It's confused about what to do, so it basically left it up to me to solve. So main is still correct. This conflict is separated by these markers, which indicate to me that I have to pick one or the other. I either pick this top one, which makes it match what is upstream versus what is here in the stash changes. Now, I think when I do get stash and there's a conflict, yeah, the stash entry is kept in case you need it. But you and I know that it's this. And now what we have to do is return a word, and I'm just going to put in equal. No, aroma. So if it's not set, it's going to be aroma. And if it is set, it's going to be whatever it's set to. And as for that stash business, I'm going to get rid of it by saying get stash clear. Yeah, I did that at work today. Get stash pop then got confused and git stash cleared, and I lost my change, and I had to build it back from memory, and it wasn't a lot of changes, but it bothered me that I had to do that twice. This worked twice, but so let's test this. I'm going to say horse as my puzzle word. And craze the baton horse. So that's cool. Now if I just run this thing, it's not horse, it's aroma. So let's make this change, which will essentially it's a refactoring of what we did before. I was going to put works the same way, but you know what I'm doing here. So what we need now is to return a random word from that list that we printed out here in enumerate lines, which was this. So we've got some random words. I think it was 14 words. So we're going to pick one of these. And how do we pick one of these words? We need to put them inside of a collection of some sort. And I'm kind of cheating a bit, because in Java there's a really robust set of collections. When you read the details of these collections, you learn that arrays are good for some things, dictionaries are good for others. You may want to use a set if your use case matches it. So I understand what some of the trade-offs are for using this. What I originally wanted to use was the dictionary, where it would be a dictionary of words. You see, we can do a fast lookup, but then each dictionary word, each key in the dictionary would need to be associated with some value, and I couldn't figure out what a good value was. I thought maybe I'll just put it Boolean, but then everything in my dictionary is just true, and I thought that's silly. I guess maybe I should answer why are we not using an array? Certainly I can put these in an array, but when you search for array, let's see if it says this. So the thing is, doing a lookup of items in an array, where basically we're saying if an item is in an array, how fast will it return? And generally it's not very fast. So I'm going to see if it talks about that in the Apple documentation. I went all the way down here, and I could have just reading about the array. Here's some of the lookup functions: first and last, adding and removing, growing, modifying. There's this business. I'm gonna really try to get to the bottom of this, understand this. Not necessary at this time. And here I'm going to start looking at the functions to see if there's something that helps me with lookups in an array. But already it didn't tell me what I expected it to tell me, or what I hoped it would tell me, which is how we learn in Java. And I'm going to show you that in a moment. But yeah, removes and returns. Let's do remove first. See if it talks about it. Oh no, that's not the right one. Finding elements. If I do contains, returns a Boolean indicating whether the sequence contains a given element. Now, this is kind of what we want to do, but oh, so here it does say it. It totally says it. That order n is the length of a sequence. Now, when the sequence length is 14 words, it's nothing. Order n, 14, I'll live with it. But one of the things that I learned about Wordle is that the grand total number of 5-letter words is roughly 20,000. Now, to a computer, that's nothing. But I want to use the correct collection for a lookup. And if I have to go through 20,000 elements each time I'm making a guess, it might be slow. It might be slow. And we might implement it that way just to see how slow it is. But if we do, let's duplicate this tab. If we pick a dictionary, and do a subscripts, no. You see, this is kind of what I'm looking for, but I want to get the right function. But look at that. That order is 1. When you compare that to order n, well, it's only when you have an array of 1 do you match the speed of a dictionary. So let me just find describing a dictionary, using a dictionary. We might end on this. Creating, accessing keys. Something where we access the key itself. Well, this is as close as I'm going to get, I guess. It just simply is that if I had to make a choice, between an array and a dictionary for this little Wordle game that we're making, it looks like dictionary makes the most sense because of its fast lookup. Again, order 1 compared to order n. Now, these last few minutes was just a big digression in computer science, but I think what we can do is implement both and see and to do that we're going to need a variable in our class. So let's I think we'll do that tomorrow. I think what we'll do is we're going to enumerate these lines. I mean, already this part here, I wanted to spend a whole session looking at this, but I'm going to just remove this and replace it with a comment, store in collection. And this I'll put here. So the next time I run it, it won't have the long wait. The printing of the words. It'll just present me with the puzzle. Okay, so let's save that. Removes print. Yeah. So our goal when we meet again is we'll make a we'll make I'm just gonna go with the dictionary, but the other thing that's compelling to me is the set, because the set has also the same characteristics. Let's spend one quick minute on this. We'll get a set, and we'll I probably could have done it in that little cute little tool here. If I do, let me do it this way. Let's see if this is doing a search for it. Unordered collection of unique elements. That's exactly what a dictionary is. I mean, a dictionary is ordered. A English dictionary is ordered. The dictionary it's a bad word. In other languages, it's called a hash map. You can use a set instead of an array when you need to test efficiently for membership. Oh my goodness, and you aren't concerned with the order of elements, or when you need to ensure that each element appear only once. So it looks like let's even did I already make that commit? Yeah, I sure did. But I think what we'll do is we'll settle on the set, and when I look at the set, I think I can click on this, see these items, and then look at this contains business. Basically, this is what we're looking for. And I don't know, maybe this is the computer science degree talking, but it is something that is worth understanding we'll just catch everybody next time. We'll put everything in a set the next time, and look forward to that. Thank you, everybody.